and justice for all.
And please remain standing for a moment of silence and remember our servicemen and women serving the United States here and overseas. Thank you. Welcome to the Village Board meeting, Wednesday, January 10th. It's now 7:34. The upcoming meetings, the Village Board workshop will be Tuesday, January 30th at 7 p.m. The Village Board meeting will be Monday, February 5th at 7 p.m. These are both continuations?
What?
These both continuations?
Yes. Just read the
Hold on, where is it?
headers.
Oh, here it is, I got it. Next resolution I have, the resolution I have in front of me is the continuation of public hearings. Resolution authorizing the renoticing and continuation of the public hearing to be held Monday, January 8th, 2018, to amend the Village Code, Chapter 266, zoning, Article 7, off-street parking and loading, Section 36.1, commercial vehicles in residential districts. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passed. Next resolution is resolution authorizing the renoticing of the continuation of public hearing to be held Monday, February 8th, 2018, to amend the Village Code, Chapter 250, Tree Advisory Board, Section 250, Sub 3, membership and compensation. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just the reason why both of these had to be moved was because the meeting couldn't be held this past Monday, and when that happens, where there's a public hearing scheduled, and it can't be held on that date, it has to be renoticed. That's it.
All in favor? Aye, motion passes. Next is a resolution setting a public hearing to be held February 5th. Is that correct?
Yes, our next
Yeah.
meeting is...
Okay. February 5th, 2018, for Community Development Block Grant Project Approval.
And the time for that would be 7:30.
Where's the calendar?
Right here. Hold on.
That's the date of the Village Board meeting.
Got it? Yeah, it's up there.
Okay. Where are we noticing these?
No. It's not right.
Not right. Okay, so we have to back up for a minute. The first two renotices are on February 5th. So amend that to February 5th for the first two renotices. And this notice for February 5th, 2018 for Community Development Block Grant. I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Fire department is not here. I think they're on the call. Culture and Recreation.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Village Board.
Good evening.
So a few upcoming things that we have for recreation. There will be a new schedule for chair exercise. It will now be on Mondays at 10:30 a.m. So chair exercises were Tuesdays or Wednesdays, depending on the schedule, but now we're going to have them on Mondays at 10:30. Stay Fit is now Mondays at 11 to 1 and Thursdays 9 to 12. At Leo Leiden Building, there's going to be AARP training the next couple of Saturdays in January, and then there will be actual AARP preparation, tax prep for seniors up at Leo Leiden. It's free to the public, and they welcome seniors going up to the Leo Leiden Building and getting tax preps. It's a great opportunity for anyone that wants to get their taxes done. Suffern Middle School fundraiser will be at the Suffern Community Center on the 19th. This is for the Suffern Middle School PTA, and the doors open at 6 o'clock, games begin at 7. The Poetry Club, we are hosting them again this year. They're going to be at the community room at 6:30 on January 20th. We will have our first LEAD event on January 26th at the community center. That's from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then events in 2018, we're very excited to start getting the word out about our events. Starting in March, we're going to have the Easter egg hunt on March 24th. And at the workshop, the Chamber of Commerce came in and mentioned that the street fair dates would be April 15th and September 16th. We have Keep Rockin' Beautiful and Arbor Day on April 28th. The Memorial Day Parade will be on May 28th. The Fishing Derby at Foxwood Pond will be on June 9th. The Suffern Pool, believe it or not, will be open again at June 23rd. We're getting excited for that. And it will be closing on Labor Day on September 3rd. We have summer concerts again scheduled this year. We are working with bands right now to get the schedule and to get their availability, but we're excited to work with them. We're going to be working with the Chamber again more this year to try to get business, to get people into the downtown on the night of the concerts, so we're really trying to pick that up. So we look forward to having a vibrant downtown concert series this year. 9/11, we will have the ceremony on September 11th. On August 23rd, the Suffern Seniors Picnic, we will have at the Mawa Elks. As I mentioned before, the street fair is on September 16th. Suffern Day this year will be on Saturday, September 22nd. We have the Halloween window painting for the grades 6th, 7th, and 8th on October 13th. The Halloween parade, always a wonderful event here for the village, is October 28th. We have our Veterans Day Parade on November 11th. The Christmas Parade, we're looking forward to that as always. That will be December 1st. And then Pearl Harbor Ceremony, which will be here in the Village Auditorium, will be Sunday, December 2nd. So we look forward to a wonderful, fun-filled year with the help of everybody here, the police, DPW, all of the board. We're really looking forward to these wonderful events. And exciting news that we wanted to share with you, we talked about it at the workshop. We have a lot of health and wellness programs ready for this year. Currently, we've done the state fit programs, we've done all the programs that we have, nutrition workshops. We're gonna up it this year and really make sure that the public knows more about it, work with our employees more, and try to get health and wellness more on our calendar. So some of the events that we talked about, we're gonna have nutrition education sessions that we have upstairs in the community room. We're working with Weight Watchers to have Weight Watchers come here to Village Hall. We have our weekly walking club, which we're going to work on in the spring. We've done with the mayor, we've had mayor's walks, and we're going to continue that this year. We are working with an instructor. We're going to get Tai Chi classes here for the village. So that will be over at the community center, and we're looking forward to that new program to the village. We're going to have yoga in the park, and that will be open up to the public. We're going to have that over the summer, and additional yoga classes so we can include more people into the village. And we're really looking forward to it, so if there's any information that you need on these programs, or if there's any additional programs that you'd like to work on, we're always welcome to advice.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
Kathy, do you have scheduled your next board meeting?
I'm sorry,
Do you have scheduled yet your next board meeting for the Recreation Department?
the Recreation Board meeting, I do. It will be, you can just, I think it's April. It will be, Moira, on March 8th. It's a Thursday. It's the second Thursday in March. And it's at 7 o'clock upstairs in the community room.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Good? Thank you. What do we have for Fred?
Fred is in here, is he?
No, do we have anything on there for him? Okay,
Other than CDBG, which we did already.
okay, the grant writer's not here. Police Department, Chief Osborne.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Board. I'm just going to, just want to give you a quick update on our activity from 2017. We had, in the year 2017, from January 1 to December 31, 6,904 police calls and blotters. We issued 1,450 vehicle and traffic summonses. That number could go up because the way our system works is tracks. It takes a certain amount of time for all the tickets to get programmed up to the state, so that probably is going to up a little bit. And we had 280 arrests. We are, at this time, what we've been doing for the last week, and it'll be going probably for the next few months, Lieutenant Mallon, Lieutenant Lockwood are overseeing a complete evidence and inventory purge, going through our evidence, going back to cases over 20 years ago, getting dispositions with the district attorney's office, and purging out all the old evidence, narcotics cases and things we just don't need. Our evidence room is loaded to the gills with things we just don't need anymore, but as you can imagine, the process is very tedious. You have to go through. It's Detective Long and Officer Gusty are handling this. You have to go through each piece of evidence, get dispositions, look up several different facets of appeals, anything that could have happened in a certain time frame, and then we have to contact the proper authorities to dispose of it. So it takes a while, but point being, it's overdue, and we are taking care of it. That's one of my goals for 2018. We just started it. It's probably going to take a few months to get done. We go on, we do as much as we can in between calls and investigations.
Great.
Just want to give you a heads up on that as well. If you see us down there a lot, that's why if you come down, that's why we'll be down there.
Sounds good.
And that's it. Any questions or concerns?
You have any
Please.
questions?
Not at this time.
No, I think you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, I appreciate
Thank you.
that. Thank you. Do you want me to bring up the website, Amy? I know it's on the agenda. We spoke about it, but the website we're working on, Amy's our contact point. We're going to be doing our police department website. She's going pretty well at integrating our emails from the SuffernPolice.com over at, I guess, SuffernNY.gov. That'll be taking place in the near future as well, and I want to thank you for helping Amy for taking the lead on that with us.
That's where we're upgrading all the Village Hall technology, including the police department. They're pretty critical into the security of their transmission, their email transmissions, and so it's a tedious process, and we have to save all of the emails and archive them, and it's a huge process, but we're getting through it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, audience participation. Anyone from the audience like to speak? Okay, that's easy. Let's move on. Department of Public Works, Mr. Zawicki. I don't want to lose you. Your calendar.
We'll put it right here in case you...
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am requesting authorization to issue a purchase order to the low-cost proposal from Arnold Construction Company, Kingston, New York, in the amount of $22,500. Arnold's Construction will install a cast-in-place liner for a damaged drain line at the wastewater treatment plant digester building. I am requesting that the village treasurer amend the 2017-2018 sewer fund budget by increasing G8130-4400-0085 wastewater treatment plant repair and maintenance, and decreasing G1990-4400-0014 contingent account in each the amount of $22,500.
Okay. This is the same drain pipe that we discussed at the workshop.
Yes.
Okay, I have the resolution here authorizing Arnold Construction Company to evaluate, construct, or reconstruct the wastewater treatment plant drain pipe and amending the 2017-2018 sewer fund budget to increase wastewater treatment plant repair and decreasing the contingent account to reflect this repair. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
I am requesting authorization to issue a purchase order for the tree pruning of the business district to the low proposal from Bartlett Tree Experts, Elmsford, New York, in the amount of $5,880. Street department budget line, item A5110-4400-0064 would be charged for this expense.
I have the resolution authorizing the acceptance of the low bid for the business district tree pruning. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
I am requesting authorization to modify the wastewater treatment plant digester boiler replacement project contract by $6,380 for the cost of the temporary boiler for 1 additional month.
This is the same temporary boiler we spoke about at the workshop. So I have the resolution authorizing the modification of the wastewater treatment plant digester boiler replacement project contract for the rental cost of the temporary boiler for 1 additional month. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Did we do a prior resolution on this, or is this on for the first time? I don't recall.
We did it one, did we do one at the workshop?
First time. No, we didn't do any.
No.
Okay,
We discussed it in
so
detail.
it's there, right? It's already on premises?
Right, that's right.
All right, so this should be nunc-pro-tunc at the end, of the now therefore be it resolved. With that change.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
I have a discussion item, Superior Waste and Carting, Inc. has a contract with the village to provide refuse and recycling collection container service within the Container Service District through May 31st, 2018. Superior has consummated an agreement with Donato Morangi, Inc., in which Morangi will assume Superior's rights and obligations of the current contract. Superior is requesting consent from the village for the transfer of this contract. I think we had emailed, and you probably also have it in front of you.
Yeah, so we didn't just get to review it in detail.
And not only that, but we're gonna need the same information, driver's licenses, insurance, et cetera, that we got from Superior to determine whether or not Morangi is qualified.
Wasn't Morangi the Carter before
Yes.
Superior?
They used to
Yes,
be.
that's right.
And what is the reason for the assignment, do you know?
He's essentially selling out his waste carting business. That's the way I understand it.
All right, so we'll have to have further discussion on this tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Great.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's unusual.
Okay, the treasurer is not here. Let's see. A resolution here authorizing the increase to capital project 2018-001, 2018B sewer system improvements. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye, motion passes. Next, I have a resolution authorizing capital projects 2018-003, 218 Wayne Avenue sidewalks. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Next, I have a resolution here amending the 2017-2018 parking department budget. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Next, I have a resolution, capital asset policy. Whereas an effective capital asset accounting system is important in managing the village's capital assets. Whereas the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada, GFAO, recommends the minimum values capitalization thresholds to be established for capital assets or classes of capital assets. And whereas the GFAO recommends records of certain assets or classes of assets that do not meet capitalization threshold for such assets or classes of assets be maintained for property control, insurance, and other purposes. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Village Board of the Village of Suffering does hereby establish the following policy. Land shall be recorded as a capital asset regardless of cost. Buildings, infrastructure, and improvements with an original value of at least $50,000 and a useful life of at least 5 years shall be recorded as a capital asset. Vehicles, rolling stock, equipment, and systems of an original value of at least $10,000 and a useful life of at least 3 years shall be recorded as a capital asset. The straight line method of depreciation shall be used to depreciate the capital asset. All items with an original value that does not meet the applicable capitalization threshold or useful life will be recorded as an operating expenditure. The village treasurer shall develop and maintain an inventory of non-capital assets for property control, insurance, and other purposes as determined by him or her to be in the best interest of the village. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
I have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Good. Village Attorney, Mr. Creshow.
Okay. We've received a proposal from JCO to provide professional services with regard to the wastewater treatment plant operations. They are out of Wurtsboro, New York. Their services, should the board approve this resolution, would commence tomorrow and would continue for an indeterminate period of time at this juncture. The agreement does provide for a 60-day cancellation. In other words, giving written notice 60 days in advance for either party to cancel the agreement. The amount to be compensated would be $26,542 a month. But in the event that they are somehow able to get the plant to be determined to be not to really get into the weeds here, but a Phase 3 plant as opposed to a Phase 4 plant, that sum would go down. And they would provide operators at the plant as well, and also help us to analyze the DEC requirements under the consent order that we're under right now, and try to figure out ways that we can comply with that consent order and possibly save money on the methods to comply with that consent order. So the resolution provides for retaining JCO and authorizing the mayor to sign the professional services agreement. Since it is professional services, it does not require competitive bidding or an RFP.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Trustees. Mr. Hagan.
The village is establishing a Veterans Memorial Park next to the pool on the left side. They already put up a new flagpole. They put a stone there with all these World War I veterans, and we're going to keep building on that. We're going to get other veterans organizations, maybe Iraq, maybe Afghanistan, and that'll be dedicated as a park, a war memorial park for the village. So we're still working on it, but we just wanted to tell everybody that we're doing it. And we already had one tribute on December 3rd to those World War I veterans.
Thanks to Michael Simon.
Right.
Bruce Simon's son
Bruce
in the
Simon's
back.
son standing in the back.
Very good job. That was his Eagle Scout project. He did a great job. Go down and look at the monument. It's the original names of the seven, one, two, three,
think there was nine names.
nine World War I veterans that were killed, that were from suffering. And it's a fitting tribute. Very good. So we'd like to continue and build on that, possibly with Vietnam era, Iraq, Afghanistan, whoever or whatever other veterans organizations or groups would like to participate and develop other memorials and monuments. Ms. Hertzman?
Nothing tonight.
I don't understand how this mayor's list got so long, that's what I'm... How did that happen?
Lucky.
Okay, I have a resolution here in front of me establishing the 2017-2018 parking fees for municipal parking lots in the village of Suffering. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
This is non-pro-tunc.
Yes,
Based on
no,
the timing of this.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. I have a resolution authorizing Mike Janito to attend Government Financial Officers School training January 9th through the 12th in Newport Beach, California. Also non-pro-tunc. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. I have a resolution authorizing Stephen Conley and Frank Wilson to attend New York State Building Officials Conference, Rockland Spring 2018 Seminar, April 10th through 12th. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, I have a resolution authorizing Randy Ortiz to attend the New York State Building Officials Conference, Westchester Chapter 2018 Seminar. I have a motion?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Aye, motion passes. I have a resolution authorizing Edward Markounis, Daniel Crashow, Michael Janito, and Amy Paffron to attend New York Conference of Mayors, NICOM Spring Conference on February 11th through 13th. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I just want to add,
Go ahead,
I
hold
don't
on.
know why they're calling it spring conference when it's occurring February 11th through 13th.
It's going to be hot in February.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Good, good. Hold on now. Okay, next I have up for discussion, safety coordinator requirements and duties. This is from PERMA. This is what we're starting to develop now, a safety coordinator. The safety coordinator's primary responsibility is to promote and grow the culture of safety within the organization of the village. In addition, the safety coordinator must take on the tasks outlined below. So we have a new safety committee and coordinator that we're forming that will be village-wide. That will include the police department, the fire department, DPW, village clerk's office. So just to let you know that we're working on that. We have the parking department transition that we're also working on. As you see that we already reestablished the rates for 2017, 2018. The transition of the parking department to Village Hall and removing the office and the staff out of Chestnut Street and Lafayette Avenue and bringing them up to Village Hall, consolidating and saving some additional funds for the village. That's another issue that we're working on. The New Jersey Transit Rail Lot Improvement Meeting was canceled yesterday. It's rescheduled for January 17th. That's all I have. Anybody else? Any questions or concerns from this lovely audience? Yes,
Thank everybody for helping with that money.
go ahead.
Before we close the meeting, I want to thank the Recreation and the Police Department and whoever came up to help out with
Ford truck?
that War Memorial Park. Thank you. I want to
Good
thank,
job.
I don't know if we forgot anyone.
See, is that a
Thank you.
record meeting? Okay, motion.
Could I bring up one quick thing?
The job they did.
Yeah. I also did receive some acknowledgements from the DPW and the staff on the snow removal. I always say they do a great job, but I think it's the 2 new trucks that they really have. Great job. No, we did receive numerous phone calls, and they did like the new trucks. Of course. Thanks. Moira?
You kind of stole my thunder again. Because I had to drive around. I was all over Rockland County on that day of the snowstorm, and the only place that I saw any blacktop or any half-decent quality snow removal, because it was a tough snow to remove. The minute you did it, it was back, was here in Suffern. You did a good job. That was a really hard snow to keep up with the drifting. It was,
And it was cold.
you did a good job.
The new trucks. Yeah.
It's all about the drivers.
Motion to adjourn?
All right, motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, everyone, for coming out.